Texas Heartland. This is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa. Hello, sports fans all over the United States, all across America, all over the world. Welcome to Garyj's Sports Page on GJRB here in Clinton, Iowa, in the Midwest and USA. Welcome to the Garyj Sports Page on GJRB. Got a great show lined up. This is a show that we're making up from last week. As you remember, last week I attempted to do the Garyj Sports Page, and unfortunately sometimes this computer does interesting things. And last week, the what they call the shockwave, every once in a while on here I'll have that problem where my shockwave will crash, and last week that happened. So I have to say, well, you know, it happened. The show failed miserably last week, and so I'm making up for it this week and have a new additional show. So I added this show today, which was not originally scheduled to broadcast. But like I said, since I had that issue with the shockwave, I decided to do this show today, the day before Easter 2015, during the Easter weekend. And I'm glad to do it though, because this is a great time to do it. Today, matter of fact, I'd say about 20 minutes, it cleared what I had questions about when it came to the Final Four. I didn't know when they were playing it and realized that they're starting the Final Four today. And I'm going into my Yahoo Sports real quick so that I can pick up on that and see what other sports is out there. I wanted to jump in and announce that today starts the Final Four. As a matter of fact, the big games today in the Final Four in the NCAA is going to be Michigan against Duke. So Duke won that last game. You have Wisconsin playing Kentucky. That's going to be the interesting game. Kentucky has really pulled through the whole thing. I mean, that last game they played last weekend was fabulous. I mean, they pulled that game off. It's incredible. Let's see what they do with Wisconsin. And that game starts at 8:49 p.m. tonight. So these are night games. 8:49 p.m. tonight. It'll be Wisconsin playing Kentucky. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch. To see what Wisconsin's going to do. And Wisconsin is aiming to attempt to end Kentucky's historic repeat of the Final Four. Aaron Harrison launched a shot, and Josh Gasser leaped to contest as the ball arched through the air. Harrison following through with Gasser's lunge. It looks like Wisconsin guard at the Kentucky guard just enough space to raise a three-pointer in dying seconds in last year's Final Four with the Wildcats. And then when they were down to, despite Harrison's history of clutch shooting, he made shots to beat Louisville and Michigan that previous week. So we have Wisconsin, and they are going to battle to beat Kentucky tonight. So it's going to be a real interesting game. That's going to be one of those games that is probably going to see a lot of highlight reel. I'm going to watch a little of it, but this is a highlight reel game. seriously. I mean, this is going to really push the highlight reel to the limit. And I'm seeing some really good stuff here going to happen with this. So we'll talk about that this afternoon. And an experiment today. And I'm going to do this in my second half. Let's see how many people are out there listening. Now, I'm going to go into my, usually I do this. I usually go into my Spreaker page, main site, to see if anybody's listening live. So far, I have nobody yet. Yesterday, when I was on live doing the Positive Rock Show, I had some nice people listening. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed doing that. Tuning in to the Christian rock hits and the Positive Rock Show yesterday. Our Good Friday, playing great Christian rock. And I wanted to see how many of these same listeners are out there today. Now I go there, and I also go in and I embed, and I go into my Facebook page and copy paste into my fan page on my Facebook. So I'm going to go there and see how many people are out there listening live, and see where we're at. Okay. I'm going into my things. See now, a lot of times I've had the great listeners, the loyal listeners that I've been having have been my best friend Raymond Leach and his wife Janet, and a few other people who tuned in. Joe Stoddard yesterday, we had him for a while, and I want to see how many sports fans are out there today listening to the to the sports page. Okay, and see if there is anybody listening today. So we're going to go around, play around with it today. I'm going to go into my main page and paste it in embed my widget onto my GJRB listener page, not my Ohio School of Broadcasting. They don't want it, so we're not going to put it. But I will be embedding on my GJRB online listener page here on Facebook, and I get a lot of listeners by doing this. So I'm going to copy paste here and post it, and it leads to my Spreaker site. And then when you get in there, it'll pull up the widget with all and everything that I have recently have on Facebook. My GJRB online public site. My Spreaker. So I always go in there, and it's got the widget will pull up. It'll pull down all the shows we've done and what podcasts are on there. So you can get on there and listen to the show, as much as you want to there. I really like the fact that we've got the listeners out there. And let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to get. Okay. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is just I have my voice recorder on automation, so that when I get out locally, as you will know, people who are listening to my show on my 9-foot signal, I have a 9-foot signal that broadcasts this show, and what I do there is make it so that I can get, when I come out of here, I go into the my little local commercial break, which I have on here. So that's what I was doing. I wanted to catch it up with with what I'm doing here. But anyway, like I said before, we're gonna have a little bit of fun today, being it's the Easter weekend. So while I'm talking, I post. So if I kind of lag in talking a little bit, it's because I cannot type and talk at the same time. So sometimes what I'll do is kind of read what I'm typing. And basically what I'm doing now is just promoting this. That the sports page is on the air now, and come on board and listen. So one of the things that I wanted, and I was kind of have an issue about, I was listening to sports talk radio before I came on today, and a guy on there that's on before me said something to the fact that, you know, why do people glorify the Cubs? You know, what is it? I just don't, till this day, understand what people have against the Cubs. I mean, he said that the Cubs are struggling and that they never reached 500. I mean, haven't he been following the Cubs preseason? I mean, they were doing really good in preseason. I mean, they beat, I mean, 2 consecutive Saturdays. They had beaten their team by well over 10 runs. I mean, why do people always seem to like to persecute the Cubs? So I'm here in defense of the Chicago Cubs, because I think they get the shaft a little too much. This year they have a new manager. They've been hitting. They have some new hitters on that team, power hitters. I mean, I am impressed with this new guy they just got. I don't remember his name now, but he hit some home runs back to back each time he went up to bat. I mean, they've had some new guys there that are really hitting some baseballs. And I'm sitting here going, okay, so why is this? You know, I walked into the room because I had to get something, and I came back in, and this guy was talking about the Cubs on Fox Sports Radio, and he didn't understand why we're glorifying the Cubs. Surprised he didn't reference the Back to the Future Part 2 like everybody seems to be doing, because Back to the Future Part 2, which was on yesterday on Family Channel, but I missed that part where he first gets into 2015. But when the DeLorean pulled into 2015 and the Cubs won the World Series, I missed that part in the movie. But I had that movie on the videotape. But you know, maybe they will. I mean, the Cubs have a good chance. I've been seeing some good hitting. Follow them all season. And I really think that they have a good chance of getting a World Series berth. I think that they have a good chance for the playoffs. I mean, let's give these guys a chance, for heaven's sakes. I'm seeing some good power hitting here. And I really think that they ought to get a shot. Really do. So I'm going to be trying this experiment. Haven't done it yet, because I'm trying to see if I can hit the speaker on this cell phone. I have to go into its menu where it mentions the speaker part. And then we'll have some fun and see what we get. But right now, though, I'm just kind of opening up